know. He's like, I don't want to talk too much. I can say this.
But you know what though?
Yeah.
I actually talk a lot more now.
You do?
I feel now I have more deep conversations because I feel like welcome to TheirTalk, a space where two unique voices come together to share real stories and spark meaningful conversations.
Join us as we dive into life moments, big and small, offering advice, insight, and a whole lot of heart.
This is TheirTalk. Let's talk. Another week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like Sunday is my favorite day of the week now.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. I'm
me
like,
too. Me too.
Saturday night, I'm like, oh my gosh,
I can't talk tomorrow. What the G's gonna be? No, the real life style. The G's. Let's do the G's.
You get my whole conversation the whole week. Just to make it a Sunday.
I know. He's like, I don't want to talk too much. I can say this.
But you know what though?
Yeah.
I actually talk a lot more now.
You do?
I feel now I have more deep conversations because I feel like when we start having conversation, I'm like, I go in, I'm like, I have so much to say.
It's just free flow.
For the longest time, I was so quiet, and I'm like, fuck it. Sorry.
Hey.
But I have a lot to say.
Hey, okay, let's let it flow.
Yeah.
Let it flow.
Yeah,
let's let it flow.
For real.
But yeah, so how's your week been? You know?
Girl, this week has been a chill week.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of just been doing my own thing, relaxing, enjoying the moment, just relaxing, because sometimes when you don't have a lot going on, you kind of feel like, okay, I should have something going on. Why am I not having anything going on right now?
Right.
No, but this week, I intentionally sat there and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the fact that I can just sit here.
Yeah, I'm not doing
anything. Yeah. No, but I loved it. How was your week?
My week was okay, and I came down with a bit of a cold. You can probably hear my voice a little bit, but a little bit congested, and it's the same old, just work and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so on today's topic.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's hear it. So I was thinking today I was saying, not today, but I was sitting just pondering in my mind about this phrase, right? That everyone deserves second chances.
Oh. Okay.
What is your view on that? What do you think? Do you think everyone deserves second chances? What do you believe in second chances? Or do you believe in second chances, or do you not? Because some people do and some people don't. So what is your view on that?
Honestly, I think that we should always give ourselves a second chance or another chance, or as many chances as we can.
Right.
Because we should give ourselves that so that we have the ability to evolve, to change.
Right.
Who I was yesterday and the mistakes I made yesterday does not define who I am today.
Right.
And I know the journey that I have been on. And if I didn't forgive myself or give myself another chance, girl.
Yeah.
But when it comes to other people,
right,
it depends.
Bias. She said, "Of course, I would give myself a second chance.
I would give myself.
No question asked. Other people, however, let me think about it.
Yeah, because some people, they cut really deep.
Yeah.
They cut deep, and some people are only supposed to be in your life for a moment and a season, and it's supposed to just be passing through.
Right.
Not supposed to stick there. But it just honestly, it depends on who it is. With family, I'm more lenient.
Yeah.
With my children, of course, I'm more forgiving.
Right.
But if it's somebody that is constantly disrespecting you or diminishing who you are as the person, do you give them a second chance if they hurt you?
It like you said, it depends, right?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the situation, on the relationship. Like you mentioned something about forgive, right? You say, you should always forgive yourself.
Yeah.
When you're saying that, it kind of brought up something in me, because I was sitting there also trying to figure out how is forgiving and giving second chances the same thing, because what is the difference between that, right?
Yeah.
What is the difference with that? Can you forgive someone and don't give them second chance? Which people do. I can completely forgive you. I say I have forgiven you for everything that you have done for me, because when I forgive you, I'm doing it for myself.
Exactly.
Because I want to let that situation go. I don't want to take it with me, and I want to grow out of it. But then when I give you a second chance, I'm doing it for you, because it's almost listen, I do believe in you. I do think that you can do better, and you fell short. So I'm giving you a second chance to prove yourself or to show me that you can be the better that thing that you are, right? So for me, I have always believed in second chances. I have not have like when it comes to family relationship and stuff like that, right? I didn't have like a situation with a family member where I feel like I cut off from them, and then at some point I came back to talking to them. But when it comes to like a loving relationship, like relationship with a partner, with a with a boyfriend, or I had always gave people second chances because the human in me tell myself I also fall short sometimes. And I know that certain things or certain places I've been and leave and sit there and be like, man, why did I do that? I wish I hadn't done that. If only I knew, or if only I had like, the opportunity to make it right. Like, I had that like moment as a person, right? So then when I have people in my life, like especially like I said, this one is mainly for me is based on relationship. I'll have men in my life that will like either feel me in certain situation, or they will feel me like betrayal or stuff like that. And then I'll look at the situation and I'll be like, okay. And then when they come back, begging, I'll tell myself, okay, so let me get them a second chance. Let it prove themselves to me that they can actually be the man that I want them to be in my life. You know what I mean? So I always think that people deserve second chances. But for me, after that second chance, there's just no chances for me. Like, I will give you that second chance. And then if you don't prove yourself to me that you can be that person that I thought that you are, or that I want you to be, then you really are truly who you are. So I cannot change that. So I have to accept that. And at that point is when I forgive you for whatever pain that you have caused me. And I'll forgive you, but you don't have that same access to me no more. Like you're not
exactly.
You're not gonna be like like I forgive you. We cool. We good. I see you. I say hi and whatever. I had no bad blood. I don't hate you. We good, but you cannot be in my life like the way you were before. So that's just how, for me, my view on second chances out. I was saying that thing about it, looking at you, thinking at you, I like, like I still do believe people, people deserve second chances.
Definitely.
But at the same time,
I think what it is that sometimes you have to examine the situation, because we're humans. We all make mistakes, right? But then sometimes you have to examine the person's character.
Yes.
Right?
That's important.
So with the mistakes that they made, who are they really? And how bad did that mistake that they made, how bad bad was that mistake? Like, is it like a character flaw in them?
Yeah.
Is that who they are? So even if we give them a second chance, it's just going to show you again, like, hey, you gave me a second chance, but this is who I am.
Right.
Right. Or is it like a genuine mistake that they made and they're willing to change and recognize what they did that was wrong in this, whatever the situation could have been.
Right.
It really depends. And also, like, just because you give them a second chance or you forgive them, like you said, they don't have to have access to you.
Right.
They don't have to have the same amount of access to you.
Right.
And also, like you said, forgiveness is not for them. It's for you. You don't want to carry that person's load on you.
Right.
So it really just depends. But for me, generally, I try to give people grace because I want people to give me grace.
Yeah.
But I definitely do set my boundaries. Once you show me who you are, I set my boundaries. And so I don't have to let you know, like, I'm setting my boundaries with you, but you just see that I'm moving differently with you. You and I are not having the same kind of conversations, You're just not going to be a part of my life like the way you used to.
Right. So have you been in a situation, let's just go, like, have you been in a situation where, let's say, even whether it's a friendship or like a relationship with a partner, and then you got like, they did something and then you fall apart, and then they come back and try to like, apologize or try to like prove themselves or try to get back into your life or some stuff. Have you ever like sat there and think about it and be like, okay, I can give this person a second chance, maybe, and let them back into my life.
Absolutely.
And then, so
Absolutely.
for me, I had always done that. But you know the sad part? They had never proven themselves wrong. They always had done the same
flaw
thing.
in them. That's
so
a character flaw.
So I had gotten to the point, so I was like thinking to myself, I like, does everyone deserve second chances then? Like, because now the word deserve for me, it almost make it like they are entitled to it, but you're not. Like, are you really entitled to a second chance? Like, and I started thinking to myself, like, I feel like the second chance should be granted to people that need it, and then you should be able
to change.
Yes,
also,
you should be able to. Yeah, those that would do something and reflect on it and then realize that what they had done is wrong, and those that are trying to like change their life or transform or just do things differently. And then those people that will show that remorse, like that repentance, like of what they had done or who they were, and they don't want to be that person no more. I feel like those people deserve the second chances, you know. But at the same time, it get really difficult. Like, how can you tell that this person don't deserve it and the other person
in their
deserve
actions?
It? Yeah,
in their actions.
Yeah.
If someone hurt me bad, generally really terribly, and you come back and you ask for forgiveness, okay, I forgive you.
Yeah.
But your actions have to also go along with it.
Right. The action.
You have to show me the change that you have made or the change that you are going to make. Like, it has to be emotion. I don't want to just hear words.
Right.
Because nobody has time for words anymore. Anybody can say anything, you know. Right. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over, then no, you don't know.
Yeah.
No.
But you know, you do have some really good actors and actresses out there. They will be very remorseful and they will do everything it takes to kind of regain that stand in your life. They will like do everything, and you'll be like, you know what? I think the person really is like they really learn from this situation.
You know what though?
Yeah,
time.
I think time is important.
A lot. Yeah.
But most of the time, after you give them the second chance, that's when you see it. Then you be like, oh no. Then you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
For my kids, that's how it's been for me most of the time.
Yeah. No, you definitely have to assess the situation. Yeah. Set boundaries. Sometimes needing time away from that person, although you may forgive them from a distance and let them be. Let them do their own thing. Let you do your own thing. And if it's meant to be, then it will be. You know, you guys need to grow apart, grow individually, work on yourselves, and if things come back, then fine. What is for you will not miss you. Yeah. So, but definitely I don't want our viewers to think like you give someone a second chance automatically. Oh yeah, they're back in my life. We can pick up where we left off. No, have respect for yourself. Slowly. You know, have respect for yourself. That's the whole thing. And like love, see the value in yourself. Yeah. Love yourself and know like you are worth it. Yeah.
And for me, most of the time when I do get second chances, the second chance, like the second time around, I am much more clear and I have more boundary. Like I'm like, okay, so I will give you second chance. I'm letting you back in my life, but these are my demands. So these are the conditions. Are going to need you. These are the standards I'm going to need you to live up to in order for us to get back to where we were, because obviously it's going to take time. There have been trusts that were broken. There have been like feelings that were hurt. So in order for us to go back there, obviously I'm letting you in, or I've forgiven you. I haven't forgotten. I still remember that happened to me. You know what I mean? Forgiveness doesn't mean like you forgot. You know what I mean? And that's why some people don't realize. Because like, oh, I thought you forgave me. Yes, I did, but I still remember what you did. Like, what you mean? I still remember I forgave you. But that's why sometimes people will give someone second chances and still be remorseful, not remorseful, but they still be angry at that person, even though they have forgiven them.
Did forgive.
They still have that anger. No, because they forgive them. They give them second chance, but did not forgive them. Because that's the thing. I started thinking about it. Like, can you give someone a second chance but don't forgive them? Which people do.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, people would give someone a second chance, but they don't forgive them for what they had done.
Yeah.
Because what they had done will continue to come back up every time. Like, oh, you did this to me. You did that to me.
And I feel like, honestly, like that's where, this is a little off, but I feel like this is where emotional dependency comes on. Because if you find yourself, someone have done you wrong, you have not forgiven them, but you allow that person back in your space, right? And the person is doing the same thing and you allow them back again. Now you're emotionally dependent on that person.
Right.
There's something that you need to look for within yourself that you're seeking in that person to give to you, and that person cannot give it to you because either they're not right for you, or again, it goes back to the character. It does not match your flow.
Yeah.
You know, so, but it's, I think we just honestly assess the situation,
Right.
go back to what we actually want,
Right.
and and go from there.
That,
however, right? When it comes to a job situation, what if your job, like, I don't know, what if you were up for a promotion with another coworker, and again you were overlooked,
right,
and that other coworker got the position
before you,
and this is not the first time it has happened to you? What do you do then? Do you forgive?
That
Or
I don't think
do you give
that
them
is
second chance?
second chance for what? Second chance for them to give me the hire someone over me, above me again.
Like,
Because that,
if you were offered a promotion, right?
Right.
Like a higher position in wherever you are, a higher position, if you're up for that and you were overlooked the first time and then second time around, right?
Yeah.
You was like, okay, I'm up for it. This is gonna be me. But then yet you were overlooked again the second time after being promised.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
I don't think that's for me, right? Looking at that situation, it's not a situation of giving second chance. It's a situation of you standing your ground, right?
Exactly.
So pretty much it's like there's no second. It's not like they're trying to, they're asking you for a second chance. They're pretty much telling you this is what it is. That you're gonna have to accept it or not.
Yeah.
So that, that's, I feel that that's a little bit of different right there. So it's like we are not going to give you the position. We don't think you are qualified for it, or we don't think that you deserve to have it, and that's why it is. You either accept it or you don't accept it, and next time around, we're going to do it again. So you either stay or you leave, kind of situation. So in that kind of case, I don't think like it's me giving second chance. It's also me choosing me at that.
The value yourself part.
Yeah. But you said something about the emotional dependency. I just want to make a quick comment on that. I think that also made me start wondering that why people give second chances. Because sometimes people will give second chances for their own selfish reason. Because I'm afraid to lose that person.
Don't want to be alone.
I don't want to be alone. Yeah. And that we had discussed previously. I don't know what else is out there. What else is out there? Maybe worse than this. So I would just like give that second chance. Yeah. But I stay angry at them, kind of thing. It's not because you ready it for your own selfish reason. It's not for them. You're doing it for you. You know what I mean? So I guess sometimes like the whole second chance situation is more of what you want, just knowing like what really is it that you want, and do you think that that person, like you talk about the whole character, right? Because as in terms of relationship, if you date someone, you know, you get to know them, you get to know certain characters, you get to there's certain things in them that make you want to date them in the first place. Is there something that in the person that you know that okay, this person can be this kind of person, they can be this good man for me. So based on that, you can sit there and assess the situation and be like, okay, based on all of these characteristics, I think he deserves a second chance. He can probably be this person that I really think he is. So let me give him that second chance. So, but if you're in a situation where you know that very well this person is just a flat, like you already have question about them, you already have all these red flags where there's no need for second chance for that. And for my situation, I do give people second chance based on what I think they are capable of or what they can be. And once I give you the second chance and you disappoint again, that's it. Like I don't care what you do. I just don't see you the same. I don't look at you the same because now you have proven yourself to me. You have literally like you had told me exactly who you are. So I accepted that. Like I don't hate you for it. Someone else would like
you
that
show me
person
who you are, and I
your
believe
character.
you.
Yeah,
I believe you.
Yeah, so we're good. No problem. No, like no hard feeling there. Like lesson learned. And move
absolutely
on.
Yeah. So but like I said, always give yourself grace. Always give yourself a second chance, or how many chances, because we only have, at the end of the day, we only have ourselves,
right?
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like that though. You say give yourself a second chance. I'll give myself all the chances that I can
exactly,
get.
whatever it takes.
I'll be like, girl,
Whatever
it's
it
okay.
takes.
It's okay. I forgive you. You can do
What?
better though. You
There
can
you
do
go.
better. We can
There
do
you
better. We'll do
go.
better next time.
There
Like,
you go.
no, literally though. I don't know. I never read it, thought about it in that, like, in that terms, like giving myself a second chance. Like, I never read it, look at it that way. I always just, when it come to me, for me, I feel like I had infinite, infinite amount of chances.
No,
I don't
but some
care.
people,
Like,
no, but like honestly, some people really hold it.
They hold themselves?
The past mistakes, they hold themselves against it.
No, I don't.
And it just sucks because it's like you should not. The same grace you give somebody else, give it to yourself. You know, like know that you're human. You make mistakes, and we're all just figuring it out.
Yeah.
We're all just riding this wave, trying to get through life, and trying to do the best we can. And that's all we can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, second chance. It depends on the situation.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. It depends on the person. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
For me, I think second chance. Honestly, I would say it depends on the person. Not that we're having a conversation.
Yeah.
So it depends on the person, like how they are going to be, like after the situation, how they're going to prove themselves that they had changed and the different steps that they had taken, and the characters of the character of the person, because you obviously know that person, so you know that the person is whether it's a good person, they just made a bad decision, so therefore yes, they deserve a second chance. But if you know the person really they just are no good, then they don't deserve it. So for me, I guess now that we had that conversation, I'll say it depends on the person. Yes. I'm glad we had a talk.
I'm so glad. And guys, if you have anything to add to the conversation, again, please like, subscribe, comments below, become a part of our community. Just be a part of our conversation.
Yeah, let us know what you think about second chances. Do you give second chances? Yes. Or do you believe in it? Do you think that everyone deserves second chances? Let us know what you think.